In our previous lecture, we have discussed directly proportional and inversely proportional. Directly proportional, that means if one side increases, the other also increases. Inversely proportional means if one side increases, the other decreases. In today's lecture, we are going to talk about jointly proportion. We are going to talk about what? Jointly proportion. So you have in the previous lecture, if you remember, we have discussed only we had cases where only two entities was involved. Yeah, for example, pen and the price of pen, right? Sales and price of the television, right? In today's lecture, we'll have more than two entities which are involved, and we need to form relationship between them. Okay, so we will take help of jointly proportional to understand that. All right. So before we start, let's revise it a bit. So in proportion, we have discussed. Suppose if I say that's a quick revision. Suppose if I say x is directly proportional to y. Okay, in that case, what is the sign of proportion? This is the sign of proportion, right? So we say x proportional to y, directly proportional, right? If I say x is inversely proportional to y, in that case we say x and the sign of proportion and 1 upon y. Inversely means 1 upon y. All right. Inversely means 1 upon, yeah, inverse impact, inverse effect. Okay, so this is what we have discussed in the previous lecture, and some questions based on that, how to apply chain rule and so. I hope you have gone through that. Now today, jointly proportional. So let's see some questions and understand jointly proportional with example. Now here it says A varies jointly as A and B. Jointly as A and B varies. That means proportion. So A proportional to jointly as A and C, B and C. B and C. So it's B multiplied by C. Okay. It is not B plus C. Remember, it's not B plus C. It is B multiplied by C. A varies jointly as B and C. That means if A increases, B increases. If A increases, C increases. You know, that's how B and C are jointly proportional. Okay, A is jointly proportional to B and C. That's what it means. Okay. Now, you remember last lecture's last question, the previous lecture last question, we have discussed that if you have to relate the entities with the proportional sign, they will give you first set of values to identify what is the value of proportional constant, and so that then we take it forward. Yeah, then we take the question forward. Now see, so A jointly varies as B and C, right? Okay. Now here it's given A is 6, B is 3, C is 2. Yeah, so you can see all values, value of A, value of B, value of C, all of them have been given over here. Yeah. So first set of values you will always get, and in second sentence they will give you a few of them, and they will ask you to find out the remaining one. So here it says find B. So this time B is not given, we need to find out B, and A and C is given. That's a general pattern. Okay. So if you remove the sign of proportion, what do you have? A proportional constant. Okay. Then what do? We have the first set of values, which are what? A is 6, B is 3, and C is 2. Okay, now if you can simplify 3 2s are 6 and cancel with this 6. Okay, and find k equal to 1. You can do that, but let me show you one more variation of this solution. So let me call this to be equation number 1. Now in the second condition, you have been given a equal to 35, a equal to 35 here, c equal to 7, and we need to find out b. We need to find out b. Again, proportional constant, because it is constant, it will remain the same in this particular question. Let me call this to be equation number 2. Now, if I divide equation number 1 by 2, that's how I can also eliminate the proportional constant. Right? So this is another variation. First variation is what? That you all know, that you all understood, that I can cancel this 3 2s are 6 here and k equal to 1, and then I can substitute k equal to 1 here, find the value of b. Right? That's simple, straightforward. I wanted to show you this another variation so that you can remove k as variable and then you can go take it forward. Just alternate method. So in case if we have some questions where this method is working faster, we'll use it. Okay, so k cancel, we don't need to find out k. Now here let's do 3 2s are 6. Okay, 7 5s are 35. Right? Then we have b, I take other side, 5 I take this side, so b equal to 5. That's how we get the answer. Okay, just other variation. I am repeating this again and again. That's just the other variation. You can find by cancelling 3 2s are 6, 6 with 6, k equal to 1, substitute here, you will get the same value of b. Okay, fine. So I hope you understood this and you understood the meaning of jointly proportional also. Yes, we have revised directly proportional, inversely proportional. Fine. Okay, let's look at the next question. More and more practice. That's how we will be able to develop our knowledge and have different varieties of questions. Will give you idea about how to handle questions with different conditions. So next question says a fort had provision of food for 150 men for 45 days. Okay, now after 10 days 25 men left in the fort. The number of days for which the remaining food will last for how much? Remaining food will last for how much? Okay, so you can understand that there is a relationship between the food, number of men and number of days. If you suppose if you have more people, then you require more food, right? Now in this case, so you got food, men and days. All right, so if you have more people, you require more food, right? When you keep days constant, right? If you have, now this is just I'm explaining you how do you relate, and you need to think about think this situation practically. How it should work. If you keep number of people constant, then if they want to stay for more time, then you require more food, right? Okay, another relationship could be FMD, and now if you keep the amount of food constant, that you are not going to add or remove food anymore. In that case, if there are more people, they can survive on the same amount of food for less number of days. Just think about it. Yeah, suppose if you got in your family of 4 members, you consume 10 kg rice, for example. Okay, and you keep that consumption constant. Now suppose if you have got a guest at your house for another 1 month, so one person is added In that case, that 10 kg rice will last for lesser number of days, isn't it? So if there are more people, that food will last for less number of days. There is no formula on this. This is not a formula. You just need to think practically what may be the relation. All right. Okay, so I hope you understood these all relations. Okay, jump to the question. Let's jump to the question. So question said, for 150 men, the food is going to last for 45 days. Now, out of 45 days, suppose if I say 10 days are gone. Suppose what? It is 10 days are gone. Question said, why do we have to suppose? Why do we have to assume? 10 days are gone. So if 10 days are gone, in that case, 10 days are gone. Okay, don't read the next condition. If 10 days are gone, then that food will last for how many days? If 10 days are gone, total 45 days it can last for. If 10 days are gone, then that food will last for how many days? 35 days. That food will last for how many days? 35 days if the consumption is constant. Correct. So that food will last for 35 days having the same 150 men. Is this part clear to you? Just look at that. If 10 days are gone, then the food will last for another 35 days if the consumption is same with 150 people. I hope this is fine with you. Now question said, no. Number of people are also changing. So if number of people are also changing, as in if 25 men left the fort, so how many people are remaining? 125 people are remaining. 125 men are remaining. In that case, that food which would have been lasted for 35 days, now it should last for, correct, it should last for more time. If less people, then the food should last for more time, right? So this should be more. All right. How many days it should last for? We don't know. Let me call it X. It should last for X days. Okay. What is the relationship between men and days here? More men, less days. Less men, more days. That we have already identified. This relationship is called what? Inversely proportional. So men and days here in this case is what? Inversely proportional if you do not change the amount of food. Yeah. So for the same amount of food for which 150 people it will last for 35 days, the same amount of food is constant. For 125 people it will last for how many days? Because it is inversely proportional. Chain rule, previous lecture, chain rule. If it is inversely proportional, then straight product will be equal. Right? So 150 men into straight product 35 days should be equal to 125 people for X days. Now can we find the value of X? Yes. Now it's all calculation. You should focus more on the concept, the fundamentals, the concept. Okay. I hope I made this simple for you. If not, please comment. I can revise that. I can make maybe say some different. I can explain in some different way. Okay, 25 5s are and 25 6s are, 5 7s are, and 7 6s are 42. So X is 42. What does it mean? When 25 people left after 10 days, then the remaining food for remaining number of people, it will last for 42 days. That's your answer. Yeah, so I hope this is clear. Please rewind this video and see again in case if you are finding any difficulty. Still, if it is not clear, then comment on the comment box and I will try to get a different alternate method to explain. Okay. Next question. Pause this video, look at the question, try to solve this, then we'll match the answer with my answer. Okay. Look at the question. If the cost of printing of a book is of 330 pages with 20 lines on each page, where each line has on an average of 10 words, will cost how much? 25 rupees. So here you got price, or let me call it cost. You got cost, okay, and then with cost you got number of pages, pages containing lines, line containing words. 330 pages, each page having 20 lines, each line you can write on an average 10 words. Alright, so they all are part of the same thing. They all part of the book. So in that case, can we convert this entire here it is book, but entire book in a smallest unit? Can we convert this book in a smallest unit? The smallest unit in this case will be what? Number of words. Number of words. Yeah. So think about it. You got 330 pages. Each page you got 20 lines. So total how many lines will be there? 20 into 330. Now in each line you got 10 words. So in these many lines, how many words will you have? Into 10. Correct? So that means you are paying this cost of 25 rupees for how many words? You are paying ultimately for words. How many words? That is 10 words in each line. Total number of lines are 20 in the book. So 20 into 10 per page, 20 lines, 10 words in each line, multiply. Total number of pages 330. Okay, so if you multiply this, you get okay these many for these many words. So whenever you have got same type of work or unit, so try to convert into the smallest unit. Okay, we will see in the next lecture. Next topic we have work and time. There I will explain this more in detail. Like we have number of people are working for 8 days. In each day they are working for 5 hours. So we will think about hours. We will not think about days. We will say 8 into 5 they are working for 40 hours. Okay, will not think about the days in that case. Similarly here, the cost is paid not only for pages, not only for lines, but it is also depending on the number of words in each line, right? So convert into the smallest unit. I hope this is clear to you. Yeah, so you paid 25 rupees for a book having 330 pages, each page having 20 lines, each line having 10 pages, right? Now think about it. If this side increase, if this side will increase, if the number of words will increase, do you have to pay more price for the book or less price for the book? Absolutely right. If the number of words will increase in this case, if the number of words will increase in this case, then you have to pay more cost, right? So if one side increases, other also increases. Which kind of relationship is that? Correct, directly proportional. So this is directly proportional, correct. Then next condition is find the cost. We need to find out the cost. Let's say X. Printing of book having 440 pages, each page having 27 lines, each line where you can write 10 words. Okay, so this is what you have to print. You need to find the cost for this. If it is directly proportional, think about the chain rule. Think about the chain rule now. If it is directly proportional, then which kind of product will be same? Which kind of product will be equal? Cross product or straight product? This is directly proportional. Chain rule, directly proportional. Chain rule, directly proportional. Yeah, chain rule, directly proportional. Cross multiplication is equal, inversely proportional, straight product is equal, right? Yes. So here directly proportional, then cross product will be equal. So cross product, let's do cross product. What do you have here? 25 you multiply by 440 multiply by 27 multiply by 10 equal to X multiply by 330 multiply by 20 multiply by 10. Alright, now if you have to simplify this, keep the unknown variable at one side and remaining numbers at the other side. Let me keep X at this side. I got 25 here, 440 here, 27 here, and 10 here. Divide by, take the other values this side, 330 into 20 into 10. Correct? Now, yes, I hope this is clear. If you have got multiplication and then you're changing the side, then the number should go in division. Okay. Simplify. Yeah, simplify. 330, 440. 11 4s are, 11 3s are. 0 0 cancel. 10 10 cancel. 3 9s are 27. 4 5s are 20. 5 5s are 25. So x, what is remaining? Here x is equal to 5 into 9 is 45. So this is the cost which you have to pay printing a book having 440 pages, 27 lines in each page and 10 words in each line. That's your answer. That's what question asked. Okay, so far so good. I hope things are going well with you. Okay, if yes, let's look at the next question. Okay. People who paused the video and solved before me, you can match if the answer is matching and suggest if you got some easier method to solve. Yes, the next question says 3 persons, Arun, Mukesh and Ramesh. Again, pause the video, try to solve the question first. Arun, Mukesh, Ramesh rent Grazing Park for 570. Okay. Arjun puts in 126 oxen. Oxen means mammals. Okay. In the park for 3 months. Mukesh puts 162 oxen for 5 months and Ramesh for 216 oxen for 4 months. What part of rent should Ramesh pay? So total rent paid is this much. Total rent paid is this much. We have solved similar question in the previous lecture. So I'm sure you should be able to solve this. Total rent paid is this, and with having these conditions, what is Ramesh payment? The share of Ramesh share, how much rent he has to share, right? So here what you have, you got rent, you got number of oxen, then you got time, that is months. Now tell me one thing. If you have more oxen, because it is all about rent, so we need to relate oxen month with rent. So if you have got more oxen, we need to calculate the share of rent which Ramesh has to bear, right? So we have to look at rent. So if you have more oxen, then do you have to pay more rent? The one having more oxen, will that person be paying more rent? Yes, because you got more oxen, more mammals grazing in the grazing park, so you have to share the more rent, right? More higher portion of rent. Alright, so rent and oxen directly proportional. Now if I keep oxen constant for a while and look at months and rents, only months and rents. So if anybody is using for more month, if anybody is using that grazing part for more month, does he has to pay more rent? Yes, he has to pay more rent. Yes, so more months, more rent. Now oxen is directly proportional to rent, number of months also directly proportional to rent. In that case I can say the rent is jointly proportional to oxen and time, the number of months here. Okay, that's how you conclude the relation. Yeah, oxen increases, rent increases. They are directly proportional when you keep the month constant. month increases, rent increases when you keep the auction constant, right? In that case, you can say month and auction jointly varies with respect to rent, yeah, or rent jointly varies with respect to auction as well as time. I hope this part is clear. If this part is clear, then you have a straight way to calculate. Alright, so I hope this is clear. So now let's see how do we solve this. So total rent given is 570, total rent. Okay. Now, if I look at Arjun number of auction and the time, then we can say for Arjun, rent for Arjun, yeah, let me call it RA, rent for Arjun, that will be, or let me call it A directly. Okay, for Arjun, the number of auction 162 multiplied by 5. So it will be this kind of proportion, right? For the next person, what's the name? Mukesh. For Mukesh, it will be 160. Okay, Arjun is 126. My bad. 126 for 3 months. Arjun is 126 for 3 months. Mukesh is 162 in 5 months. And for 5 months. Ramesh is 216 for 4 months. Okay. So this will be the rent sharing as per the relationship which we got, right? So as per that, what's the product? Let me calculate the product here. So 126 into 3, 126 into 3 will get you 378. Then here 162 into 5 will get you 810. Here 216 into 4 will get you 864. Okay, so that's what we have. Okay, so if you look at this part, so let's say this is the rent will be shared in the same ratio, right? Rent will be shared in the same ratio. So now you can apply, if you want, you can apply the chain rule again. How? See, total rent, this side is what? 570. For the total auction, total of auction into time, that means total of this, total of this, total of all of this, total of all of this. What is that? 378 plus 810 plus 864, that is 2052. Okay, so this total rent you are paying for all three, including all three, the product of auction into months, including all three, the product of sum of product of auction into months is giving you 2052. So this 570 is with respect to 2052. Now what you need to find, because total rent is given, that's why I am calculating sum of product of auction into months for all of them. Now question said find for what? Ramesh. Now Ramesh rent share we need to find out. Now for Ramesh, what is the product of auction into months? 864. Yeah, what do you do now? What do you do now? It is directly proportional. They are directly proportional, so cross product should be equal, right? Cross product should be equal. So you got 570 multiplied by 864 equal to x into this. Now I told you previously also that I am going to skip one step, and I am going to write 570 into 864 divided by 2052 directly here. All right, now you need to cancel this and simplify. All right, you need to cancel this and simplify. Yeah, so I will leave the calculation on you now. Yeah, I know you will say that it's a difficult calculation you're leaving on us. Yes, I'm leaving on you. Because you can do that. I know you can do that. Cancellation, you can do that. Yeah, so you got 240 here. All right, that's the value of x. So x is equal to 240. That is the rent which Ramesh has to pay in this case. Okay. Well done. Thank you. I hope you understood this. You want, you can revise it. Okay. And in future, I will again try to solve this question by little easier calculation. These are some little bigger numbers, so we'll make the numbers easier. And do it like you can cancel this and find the ratio, and then you can use the product of oxygen months. I will tell you in coming classes. So I hope for this method, this question is clear, and you understood what is jointly proportional. So this is it in today's video. As of now, we have covered most of the concept of ratio and proportion. So we now in coming videos, we are going to solve more practice questions, variations, so that you will find the mixed flavor of all of them. All right. So I will see you in the next lecture. Till then, stay happy, stay healthy. Bye bye.